Right. I was just out there, just after I filmed that unboxing video, I ran out and took this guy out for a spin. I managed to get one battery charged, but that was enough. I had another one just half charged, so I set it up really quickly. I will go through the settings with you probably tomorrow or the day after, just the best settings for the Mini 2, so you guys are up in the air and it's looking beautiful. First thoughts. This controller, I love it. The Mini 1 controller was, yeah, I hated that thing. And I wish I had this on the 2 Pro. I'm sure it'll be with the Mavic 3 Pro or whatever they're gonna call it. Really nice, it feels really good. It's nice having the screen above the controls, so it's not like there and you don't know what you're, it feels really good having this up here, and just the convenience of this and the cable, really fantastic. It just feels good. The drone itself, this is great. This little strap, I thought it was just a gimmick, but it actually is really cool. The drone itself is just like the original Mini. The light is really cool because I can see it, like, I've got it on blue night ride, kind of. It's really cool. And the first thing I noticed, I don't really notice the 4K, but the first thing I noticed that means the most to me is the transmission. The connection was perfect. I actually flew in the dark, which you're probably not meant to do, but I went and flew in the dark in airspace that I'm actually allowed to fly with my 2 Pro, but I went there and flew anyway. And I gotta tell you, I went pretty far away. I could still see it flashing. I'm sure I could. And the connection was absolutely fine. Now, that all aside, because we're gonna touch on that later on, no doubt, in different films. That all aside, I have looked through the footage and the photos I took. It was a little bit windy, but the photos came out fine, and they were all 1-second photos, so you can see the light trails from the cars on the street. Check out the photos right here. So those light trails, really cool. It was in the air for a second. It took a photo for 1 second at night, and the photos look really fantastic. Those that I just showed you were raw photos. I wish it just saved raw. I don't need that JPEG stuff. So I hope they do an update where it's just raw or JPEG. I mean, if somebody wants raw and JPEG, fine. Now to the video. All the video that you're about to see was at 1600 ISO. I went up to 3200, but it was a little bit noisy and icky, so I dropped back down to 1600, and 1600 doesn't actually look too bad. There is no dynamic range, there is no log profile, so there is no profile that's completely flat. It's a burnt in profile on this, so what you get is what you basically get. Now, I tried to bring up some of the blacks because it's really dark, as you're going to see. I mean, it was pitch black. Just the lights, the ambient lights of the streets and the cars and the buildings. That is all that this guy is filming. So I try to bring up the blacks. There's nothing there. It's just a big black hole. So you I was filming all in the 180-degree rule, so 1/50th. And an ISO of 1600. Now, it looks cool. It's a little bit too dark for me, a little bit too dark, but it looks cool, and you know that if you need to, you can film. Now, I live in Łódź, or Lodz, L-O-D-Z, in Poland, and it's pretty dark anyway. There aren't like huge buildings and stuff, so most of it are kind of low flats, dark, quite close to each other, so you can't see lights around. So yeah, just check out the footage. It's probably going to be about a minute or so, a minute and a half. I'll just put it all together. You can watch through it and decide for yourself how it looks. Low light footage, Mavic Mini 2, DJI Mini 2. Check it out. You're back. Okay, so drop into the comments section below what you think of that footage. I'm quite surprised because it's definitely better than the Mini 1 footage. That would have been completely noisy, nasty. It would have been nasty. It was 4K, by the way. So let me know what you think. If you have any questions at all about this drone, because I basically went through all the settings. I've flown it today for 1 battery, so I know all about it, right? No, I'm going to be flying this every single day, dropping films like crazy, and teaching you guys how to fly this, how to get best kind of cinematic, smooth footage out of this. Remember, don't flick your sticks. Right, if you like my film, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do, because I'm going to be dropping like crazy. And I'm going to catch you probably tomorrow. Have a great, fantastic day or evening, wherever you are.